Historic Huron County. This vibrant rural community is steeped in history. Moments that are intriguing, surprising, and inspiring. With a glimpse into some of the captivating stories that helped shape this dynamic land is David Yates.
The Eaton's retail empire began right here in southern Huron County at a little place called Kirkton. In 1847, Timothy and his brother James Eaton set up the first store. It was called J&T Eaton General Store and Goods. Timothy Eaton was the postmaster, and he learned the importance of mail and packages to our rural people, and he went on to found the Eaton's catalog. And the Eaton store chain, which became Canada's largest retail chain, by the time of his death in 1907, he was the most famous Canadian, barring none other than the Prime Minister and perhaps the King.
Is it your head? Sure. Well, just relax and I'll make you some soup.
Well, interesting, there was a mother-daughter conversation when Jenny Smiley looked up at her mother and asked,
Mom, can girls be doctors?
her mother said,
Yes. Yes, they can.
extraordinary. That conversation took place in 1883 before Canadian medical schools were accepting female candidates for medicine. And she became Canada's first female surgeon. Well, Huron County is home to the county jail, which is a federal historic site. It was built in 1840. It's an octagonal-shaped building, and a lot of Huron County's darker past has taken place in that jail. We had, in December 1941, James Flanagan, a 17-year-old youth, was arrested for car theft outside of the Clinton movie house. He was taken to the Goddard's jail where he was incarcerated, and on the next morning he tried to escape. He took a hammer and hit the guard, Kip White, on the side of the head with the hammer. Flanagan didn't get very far. Kip White, on the other hand, was sent home for the afternoon to kind of rest up after his ordeal. And unfortunately, he didn't know the extent of his injuries until he developed a fever. Finally, he was sent for x-rays. The x-rays showed that his skull had been shattered, and he died a week to 10 days after the escape attempt. As for James Flanagan, he was given a 2-year sentence, and when he was released, we don't know where he went, but we can only hope that he took advantage of his second chance. Well, radio came to Huron County through a character named Doc Cruikshank. He read an article in a popular mechanics magazine that taught him how to build a radio transmitter. And in 1926, he made the first radio broadcast in Huron County from the Brunswick Hotel in Main Street, Wingham. It was picked up by a friend of his in the dentist's office across the street on 2 watts, and Doc Cruikshank played the harmonica solo, "I Will Be Seeing Nellie Home," which hasn't received a lot of airtime since, but has the distinction of being the first song played on Huron County radio. It's been the voice of Western Ontario, bringing news, weather, and farm reports to rural Huron County ever since. Clinton is home to the Sloman, what we call the Sloman school car. Fred Sloman was a teacher. He was born in Clinton, and in 1925, the CN, Canadian National Railway, hired Fred to be the schoolmaster aboard a rail car that traveled throughout northern Ontario and remote communities, bringing education to people that lived in those places. And generations of young Canadians remember getting their schooling on Fred Sloman's car, and it's now on public display where people are welcome to take tours and see an interesting way that Canadians at one time got their education in the Sloman School Car Park.
Historic Huron County. Our heritage, our pride.